Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, tonight we have got a banger of a video coming your way. Remember, all throughout this entire year, everything that we've talked about from H.R. 8 to 1446 to Chuck Schumer wanting to get a vote on the floor to put every senator on record on gun violence, and it's going to happen. Quote, a vote is what we need. That's exactly what he said. Well, Mr. Gun Control himself in the Senate, Chris Murphy, just let the cat out of the bag and explains why there's been no vote, there's going to be no vote, and why is so important. This is full of whys here. I want to share this with you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. It's linked as well. This is an article. This is the second part of an article that we covered when Biden was requesting gun control from Sandy Hook. That's like 2 or 3 days ago, but this was so crucial. I made a separate video. Let's dive in. I want to hear from you guys. And if you recall anything that we talked about, and if any of this starts to crystallize what we did previously discussed, throw it in the comments field so you can kind of track with everybody else. But here we go. Biden pleads for Congress to act on gun control as he marks 9th anniversary of Sandy Hook. Now, that's the article we covered 2 to 3 days ago. But listen to what was buried in this article. Tells you everything you need to know and really dives into that why. In a statement, Senator Chris Murphy, who represented Newtown as a House member and became one of Congress's most vocal advocates for gun restrictions, facts, echoed Biden's call and honored the victims of the attack. Now, if you will recall, Chuck Schumer also openly said that he's putting Chris Murphy on it and we're going to get it done. That's what he said earlier this year. We talked about it ad nauseum, but let's continue. Murphy, in calling for congressional action on gun control measures, said he was motivated by the families of victims who have rallied to change the laws. In an interview Tuesday, Murphy detailed 2 efforts he undertook with Republican senators for bipartisan compromise on gun legislation, with both collapsing, one as recently as 3 weeks ago. We covered both of these. I'm about to walk you through what the article here says, but one was Cornyn and one was Lindsey Graham. Okay. He spent several months earlier this year negotiating with Senator John Cornyn from Texas on a narrow compromise that tried to expand who qualifies as a licensed firearms dealer, which would subject those sales to background checks, but they fell apart in June. We covered that. We weren't surprised, but we knew what was going on. Then Senator Lindsey Graham stepped into the void, Murphy said, and the two had for months negotiated with outside groups on a background check bill that could pick up at least 10 Republican votes in the Senate. This is the part that's crucial. Because as we go into the details here, listen to the why. This is massive. Keep in mind, this whole time, Chuck Schumer, while this is going on, saying, we're going to have a vote. A vote is what we need. We're going to get everyone on gun record, on a voting record for guns. All right? Obviously, I went into this with eyes open, Murphy said. I knew the chances were slim with Cornyn and even slimmer with Lindsey, but they didn't really end with Graham until, 3 weeks ago. So before I read the rest of this, why, if you're Chuck Schumer and you are all about gun control and you have the votes and you want to get everyone on record, why would you not put everyone on record? Why would you wait? It doesn't make any sense until you read what Murphy says in the next segment. This is the part I want you to hit on in the comments. Let me know. Murphy said he had privately urged Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer to hold off on expansive background check legislation passed by the House earlier this year that had little to no chance surviving the evenly split Senate. That is H.R. 8 and 1446. Schumer had promised a vote on the House bill earlier this year to put every senator on record on the issue of guns, but Murphy had persuaded the Majority Leader to give him some breathing room for the GOP talks. You don't need GOP talks if all you're trying to do is get the people on the record. There's got to be an ulterior motive. There is. Watch this next little clip right here. Murphy and Graham were negotiating legislation that would expand background checks for purchases at gun shows, but not for online sales, the Connecticut Democrat said. Which would have been tough for the movement to swallow, Murphy acknowledged. They're talking about the gun control movement. The gun control movement doesn't want expanded background checks in stores or FFLs. No, they want it everywhere and they want it online. They want the whole enchilada or they want no enchilada. I thought the whole thing was about saving lives. Is it not? Because why would you not put this on a vote? And why would you encourage and privately say, hey, don't vote on this because we need to talk and get the Republicans in? Because you knew it was going to fail. But we were working to try, get some guaranteed Republican votes beyond Lindsey and Senator Patrick Toomey of Pennsylvania and a handful of others, but we just couldn't get there. Why'd you need that if the whole point was to get you on record? And that's where you call the crap. This is not about them getting gun control for themselves. It's about getting gun control for their constituents, which I don't have a problem with. That's the constituency model. But the idea of we're going to put a vote on record. We got these bills that have been passed. They will be voted on. And then you don't, and you're the gun control king, and you tell your Senate leader, majority leader, don't vote on this. And the whole time you're talking to the GOP, of which you don't even need their votes. Does that seem weird to you? Or does this seem like a big charade that was never going to get voted on the entire time? It was all to basically pound their chest and say they did something. And that's what I've got for you tonight. Let me know what you guys think in the comments field below, and I'll see you on the next one. Braden, signing out.